My aunt ruined my reputation to hide her affair. My aunt told the entire family I was sleeping with married men to hide that she was. At first, it was just rumors. Then family members started avoiding me. I couldn't understand why until someone finally told me what she had been saying. Apparently, she claimed she caught me sneaking around with someone's husband. The problem? I wasn't the one sneaking around. She was. And the man she was cheating with? Cliffhanger. Was my friend's father. So when I found out my aunt was the one spreading those rumors about me, I honestly couldn't believe it. Because this wasn't some distant relative I barely talked to. This was my aunt who used to braid my hair when I was little. The aunt who always told people I was her favorite niece. The aunt who used to call me whenever she needed advice about literally everything. So when my cousin finally told me what she had been saying behind my back, I thought she was joking. But she wasn't. Apparently, my aunt had been telling people she caught me sneaking around with a married man. Not just once. She said she caught me multiple times. She said she was disappointed in the woman I became. And the worst part? People believed her. Because when someone older in the family says something like that, everyone assumes they must have proof. That's why suddenly people started acting weird around me. Family gatherings felt awkward. People stopped inviting me places. My own grandma even gave me one of those disappointed looks like she thought I had done something shameful. And I kept thinking, what did I do? Then my cousin finally sat me down and told me the truth. She said, "You didn't hear this from me, but Mom told everyone she caught you with somebody's husband." I felt like my chest dropped. "What husband?" She hesitated. Then she said, "Mr. Daniels." And that name made my stomach turn. Because Mr. Daniels wasn't just some random married man. He was my friend Jasmine's father, which meant if people believed that story, it didn't just make me look bad. It made me look disgusting. I said immediately, "That's not true." My cousin said, "I know, but she told everyone she saw it herself. Saw it herself." So now I'm confused and angry at the same time. Because not only was my aunt lying, she was lying in a way that made me look like the worst kind of person. So I went straight to her house. No warning, no text. Just showed up. When she opened the door, she looked surprised. But not scared, just annoyed, like I interrupted her day. I said, "Why are you telling people I'm sleeping with someone's husband?" She blinked. Then she laughed. Actually laughed. "Oh, please. If you're going to act grown, you need to accept consequences." Consequences. I stared at her. "What are you talking about?" She crossed her arms. "I saw you." I said, "No, you didn't." And that's when she leaned closer to me and said something that made the situation even stranger. She said, "I'm trying to protect you." Protect me? By destroying my reputation? None of it made sense. Then something clicked in my head, because the day she claimed she caught me with Mr. Daniels, I wasn't even in town. I was visiting my cousin 2 cities away, which means there was only one explanation. She didn't see me. She saw someone else, and she just assumed it was me. Or she needed people to think it was me. So I asked her one question. "When exactly did you see this?" She hesitated, just for a second. But that pause told me everything. She said, "A few weeks ago, near the grocery store." That's when I smiled, because I knew something she didn't know. My cousin had recently installed security cameras on the front of her house, and that grocery store parking lot was right across the street. So later that night, I went back to my cousin's house, and we checked the footage, and guess what we saw? A car parked behind the grocery store, a man getting out, and a woman stepping out of the passenger side. But the woman wasn't me. It was my aunt, kissing Mr. Daniels, right there in the parking lot. The same man she told everyone I was sneaking around with, which meant the entire rumor, the entire humiliation, the entire family drama was all because she got caught cheating and needed someone else to blame. And the craziest part? She didn't even know the cameras existed. So now I had proof. Actual proof. Video proof of my aunt being the one having the affair. But the real question was, what was I supposed to do with it? Because exposing her wouldn't just embarrass her, it would destroy multiple families, including my friend Jasmine's. But if I stayed quiet, my reputation would stay ruined, and people would keep believing the lie. I sat there staring at the video, thinking about everything. And then my phone buzzed. It was a message from my aunt. 3 words. We need to talk. And that's when I realized something terrifying. Because if she knew I had seen the footage, then she also knew her entire lie was about to fall apart. When my aunt texted me, "We need to talk," my stomach dropped. Because I hadn't told anyone about the footage yet. Which meant one thing. She didn't know I had proof. At least, not yet. So instead of replying to her message, I did something else first. I called my friend Jasmine, because before I did anything with that video, she deserved to know the truth. Mr. Daniels wasn't just some random married man. He was her father. And the last thing I wanted was for her to hear about this from someone else. When she answered the phone, she sounded normal, happy even, which made what I had to say feel even heavier. I said, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something serious." The second I mentioned her dad's name, she went quiet. I could tell she already sensed something was wrong, so I told her everything. The rumors, what my aunt had been saying, the lie about me sneaking around with her dad, and then I told her the truth, that the woman in the video wasn't me. It was my aunt. There was a long silence on the phone. Then Jasmine said something that surprised me. She said, "I knew something was off." Apparently, her dad had been acting weird for weeks, leaving the house late, taking random phone calls outside. Her mum had even asked him if he was cheating, but he kept denying it. So when I told her about the video, she wasn't shocked. She was angry and hurt. But mostly, she was tired of being lied to. She asked me to send her the footage. I hesitated for a second, because I knew once that video started circulating, there was no going back. But the truth was already destroying my reputation. So I sent it. 10 minutes later, she called me back, and I could hear shouting in the background. Her house had exploded into chaos. Apparently, she showed the video to her mother immediately, and her mother confronted her dad right then and there. And just like that, the truth came out. He admitted everything. The affair had been going on for months. Months. While my aunt was running around telling everyone I was the one sneaking around with him. But the craziest part? When Jasmine's mum confronted my aunt later that night, my aunt still tried to deny it, even with video proof. She actually said someone must have edited the footage. Edited it. Like we had the time and energy to create fake evidence just to expose her. But eventually she couldn't lie anymore, because too many people had seen the video. Word spread through the family fast. Faster than the rumors about me ever did. Suddenly, everyone who had been avoiding me started calling. My grandma apologized. But my cousins apologized. Even my aunt's own daughter called me crying because she was embarrassed about what her mother had done. But the person who never called? My aunt. Not once. No apology. No explanation. Nothing. And honestly, that told me everything I needed to know about her. A few weeks later, the entire family had another gathering. And when I walked in this time, nobody avoided me. Nobody whispered. Nobody looked at me with disappointment. Instead, people hugged me. And some even admitted they should have asked me the truth before believing the rumors. But my aunt? She didn't show up. Apparently, she had been too embarrassed to come. Which is ironic, because embarrassment is exactly what she tried to cause me. And the man she risked everything for, Mr. Daniels, his wife filed for divorce 2 weeks after the video came out. So in the end, my aunt lost her reputation. My friend's family fell apart. And the lie she created to protect herself destroyed everything anyway. But here's the craziest part of the whole story. Months later, I ran into my aunt at the grocery store. The same grocery store parking lot where that video was recorded. She saw me first. And instead of apologizing, she looked at me and said, You didn't have to expose me like that. Expose her. Like I was the villain in the situation. I just smiled and said one sentence. The truth exposed you. Then I walked away, and that was the last time I spoke to her.